This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. China's oil products exports are set to rise in October as state-owned refiners capitalize on lucrative margins and some Western demand, while international flights recover, industry sources and analysts said. The boost in Chinese exports follows Beijing issuing a third batch of fuel export quotas earlier this month. The world's second-largest oil refiner is importing lower-priced sanctioned oil from Russia, Iran and Venezuela and maximizing output to ramp up exports that have helped ease tight gasoline and diesel supplies globally and cap prices. China's gasoline, diesel and jet fuel exports may be 4.02 million metric tons in October, according to the median of estimates from consultancies and trade sources.
Russian wholesale gasoline AI-92 grade prices rose 1.5% to 57,854 rubles, $600 per metric ton on Wednesday, according to exchange data, after the government eased fuel export restrictions. Diesel prices rose 1.8% to 62,699 rubles per metric ton, according to the data from the St. Petersburg International Mercantile Exchange, SPIMEX.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
U.S. crude stockpiles at the key Cushing, Oklahoma, storage hub are at their lowest in 14 months due to strong refining and export demand, prompting concerns about the quality of the remaining oil and the potential to fall below minimum operating levels, traders and analysts said. Further drawdowns at Cushing, the delivery point for U.S. crude futures, could also provide new upward pressure on oil markets as it would compound supply tightness stemming from OPEC+ supply cuts. Brent crude was already trading near $94 a barrel on Tuesday on strong global demand, while West Texas Intermediate crude futures, WTI, traded over $90.
Britain has given the go-ahead for one of its biggest new oil and gas projects in years, Equinor's North Sea Rosebank field, saying energy security was the priority despite opposition from environmentalists. Wednesday's announcement comes after Prime Minister Rishi Sunak watered down interim plans for the government's 2050 net zero emissions target, a move that critics said could also encourage other countries to rein in their climate ambitions. Energy Security Minister Claire Coutinho said Rosebank would be less emissions-intensive than older oil and gas developments.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
Copper prices hovered near 4-month lows on Wednesday as uncertainty about China's property market was reinforced by mounting problems at Evergrande as the market waited for data from the country's large industrial base. Benchmark copper on the London Metal Exchange traded 0.2% lower at $8,074 a metric ton in official rings, from an earlier session low of $8,071. Used in power and construction, copper earlier this week hit $8,068, the lowest since late May. Latest development in China's stalled property market was news that Evergrande's chairman is under police surveillance, according to Bloomberg News, which has added to concerns about the company's future.
Iron ore futures rebounded on Wednesday, as better-than-expected industrial profits data in top consumer China buoyed sentiment, although lingering demand concerns amid persistent weakness in the country's crisis-hit property market remained a headwind. The most traded January iron ore on China's Dalian Commodity Exchange climbed 0.77% to 848 yuan, $116.17, a metric ton at 0212 GMT. The benchmark October iron ore on the Singapore Exchange rose 1.3% to $116.50 a ton at 0214 GMT. We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector. China has raised the minimum purchase price for third-grade wheat produced in 2024 to 2,360 yuan, $323 per metric ton, according to the state planner on Wednesday. The National Development and Reform Commission had previously set the 2023 minimum purchase price at 2,340 yuan per ton. This was decided based on production costs, supply and demand, local and global market prices, and other factors, it said in a notice published on its website.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.